What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments, back with a how-to video this time. So I want to title this video how to learn about the stock market for real, because you know we got a lot of teachers out here, a lot of courses, a lot of gurus. So you know, as someone who's been in the stock market and been successful in the stock market for years, I want to give you guys my opinion on how I think you should learn the stock market. So first things first, is 3 ways to trade the stock market. 3 ways. You got fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and macro analysis. Each one of those is very important, and each one of those have people who strictly only trade that way. I'm different. I like to trade all 3. I feel like macro analysis is the most important, followed by fundamental analysis, then technical analysis. In this video, we're going to explain all 3, and we're going to explain where you could go to look for some resources, you know what I'm saying, to try and learn some of this stuff. So first, let's start with fundamental analysis. That's the most basic part of the stock market. That's a company's balance sheet. Is the company profitable? The market cap, the revenue growth, the earnings per share of the company. Fundamental analysis is important because that's how you determine the risk of the company you're investing in. That's how you can see whether the company's growing or not. And that's how you can look deep and see things about the company that some investors may overlook. So, for example, with Palantir, back when they were unprofitable, you could look on the balance sheet, they had billions of dollars in cash, which would prevent them from going bankrupt. Then they started growing. Their revenue growth started accelerating. Things started accelerating on their end. They made their stock go up. So fundamental analysis is like the study of the actual company itself. You know, I can get more detail into that on another video, but this is just a quick overview. So the next form of analysis is technical analysis. Technical analysis is those charts. That's the realm of the day traders, the swing traders. A lot of people love to just trade those charts alone. I don't do that. I like to mix news with my charts, but a lot of technical analysts don't watch news at all, and I understand them. Technical analysis is important because you need technical analysis to be able to really get your good entry. Like fundamental analysis can tell you the fair value price of the stock, what's overvalued, what's undervalued, PE ratios, things like that. But the technical analysis side of it can show you from a chart point of view what's a good area to buy. What levels has it been bouncing from? What levels is it reacting to? What happened last time it was here? They've got like breakout patterns. And the thing about technical analysis is it's a never-ending study. I'm still a student of technical analysis, even though I'm successful with it, and I always probably will be. But for technical analysis, there's a lot of resources you can use to learn it. Some people like to sign up for courses, gurus. You could learn it online for free as well. What I tell anybody, when you go on your technical analysis journey, if you like an investor like us, if you're just going to learn what you need to learn, I would tell people, learn about support and resistance, learn about your EMAs, VWAP, learn about price action. I like to learn ICT, fair value gaps, order blocks, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of free resources on the internet. You could always go to ICT. You could go to someone like a Casper SMC or something like that. You can go to, you can just type in support and resistance on YouTube, EMAs on YouTube. That's if you don't want to pay nobody for a course, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of free information. And the way I advise people to do technical analysis, learn from people, find a strategy that works for you. I would advise you to learn your technical analysis with paper money, because you're probably going to lose money learning technical analysis. I lost $2,200 learning how to day trade. So it comes with the territory, so you could either do it with your real money or you could do it on paper trading. But once you learn technical analysis, it's an invaluable key. It's the reason that I'm able to make a lot of money with my options trades because when stocks get knocked down, they get knocked down in areas where it's likely to bounce. I'll buy them there. So I definitely am a proponent of technical analysis as well. And the last form of analysis is macroanalysis. I feel like macroanalysis is actually the most important. Most people don't talk about macroanalysis, but I feel like it's the most important because macroanalysis is the study of the news. It's the study of what's going on. And it's just the art of looking at what's going on around you. Macroanalysis overrides everything. And it allows you to get in trades that other people would think are stupid. It allows you to get in trades early. And it's just about looking at the world and the global economy. Like, for example, when ChatGPT launched, the first thing I did was what stocks would benefit from it. You get on Google, you search what stocks would benefit from ChatGPT. First thing they tell you was Microsoft and Nvidia. This before Nvidia became the talk of the town. So macroanalysis is telling me that there's this new game-changing product out. Everybody's going to use it. So I need to see how I can benefit from it. I go look at Microsoft and Nvidia. Okay, Microsoft's a big company. They got a lot of other stuff in it. I know that from the fundamental analysis side. So I know just because they own ChatGPT, that might not necessarily make their stock go up crazy, because it's like, are they directly profiting from ChatGPT? That's the fundamental analysis side. Then we found Nvidia. Nvidia made the chips for ChatGPT, and everybody's gonna have to buy the chips from strictly them. That's all you needed to hear. Now you can go double check, you can go do your fundamental analysis, you can go get on a chart to find your entry, but see what that means when they tell you something like Nvidia's finna make all the chips for ChatGPT. That's macro analysis. That overrides everything. Same with AIP when it came out. Like, oh, they're in the AI game, they're gap profitable, in the middle of this trend right now, stock go up. Real simple. Another example, even back in the day, GameStop. When I was on Wall Street Bets back then with GameStop, it was a macro situation. It's not about whether the company's profitable or not. If you had been on Wall Street Bets, at that time, a lot of people were having problems with the shorts. You know, people was buying stocks, making money, short report would come out, stock go down. And that would happen with a lot of stocks. So it was a lot of people fed up. And GameStop came around, DFV came around, and they gave their thesis, and things were just lining up. Like, this would be a good time to get at these same shorts that went against a lot of our other positions. You know what I'm saying? I know that's why I personally hopped in, because I was in Palantir back then. I was in a bunch of other stocks back then, and I was getting short reported, and they was telling me that Melvin Capital, and I think it was Citron Research, it was a few other short firms back then, but it was a bunch of people responsible, and it was like our way of getting get back. So that was a macro event. Now, fundamentally, GameStop's garbage, but I'm looking at the news, I'm looking at what's going on, and it's telling me that I should do this. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with countless other trades. What, COVID, when it came, stocks sold off. When the money printer went on, stocks went up. That overrides everything. You know what I'm saying? The chart can help give you clues as to what's happening. The fundamentals can help you choose what stocks you want to ride your wave with, but macro analysis overrides everything. Like, it's so many stocks even benefiting from that right now. Like, look at Robinhood. We've been in a bull market. Bitcoin's been going up, so Robinhood's going up. Like, of course, there's other fundamental reasons the company's improving. They're doing their thing on their end, but it's macro. So I always tell people, first, learn your macro. Watch your market, because that's what's really going to teach you what's going on out here. Like, I was trading on macro and fundamentals alone before I even knew technical analysis, and I was making money just fine. Then learn your fundamentals so you actually know what a good company is and what a bad company is. That's why a lot of people think that you lose money in the stock market, because they don't understand the difference between Coca-Cola, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Palantir, and AMC. They don't understand the different risk profiles of all those companies, because you have to understand your fundamental analysis. You have to understand, okay, this business is unprofitable. I'm buying this business because what reason? That's the main thing. Am I buying this business because it's a short squeeze? Am I buying the business because I think they're going to become unprofitable, because I think their revenue is going to grow? Do I think their product's going to catch on in the market? You see what I'm saying? So that's like a big part of it. Then you gotta know, like, okay, if I'm buying a Coca-Cola, it's probably not gonna move that much. Company's mature, company's stable, they don't grow that much, but I probably don't have a high chance of losing a large sum of money. Or an Nvidia before the run up or in the middle of the run up. Like, the one thing I liked about the Nvidia play was it's not the safest stock in the world, but from a risk to reward point of view, I always considered Nvidia like second string after the old thing. Like, so I was familiar with it, AMD and the others, so I was like, that's the kind of stock I was buying anyway. So they're telling me a stock like that is on some game changing type shit, and I'm already familiar with it. It's only one thing to do, and I understand that it's like it's in the middle of that range. Like, I'm probably not gonna lose all my money messing with Nvidia. You might end up in 30, 40, 50% drawdown and something get real, but you'll probably bounce back type of stock. You know what I'm saying? So I like to use the fundamentals to, you know, judge the risk of the companies I'm buying, risk to reward type of thing. That's why when y'all see me talking about stocks like a Ion Q or an Oklo, but I haven't really bought big positions in them yet, it's because a lot of those stocks aren't profitable yet. A lot of companies are new. So you got to do your research. You got to understand your risk to reward, because the lower price that stock is, not just stock price, but the lower that market cap is, the less profitable that stock is, the larger chance that you could actually lose all your money for real on the stock itself. So, you know what I'm saying? And then once you learn your fundamentals and your macro, finally go learn you some technicals. That's what's going to take you to the next level. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, because I know a lot of people understand fundamental analysis and a little bit of macro analysis, and yes, you can get money your whole life without learning technical analysis. I get it, but it changes the game. It makes you just more confident on where to buy. It shows you when you might want to get out for real. It shows you how bad things can get. Like, the only thing's gonna override technicals is news. The way I always say it is, if it ain't no news going on, technicals probably what's gonna play out. So learn your technicals, learn your fundamentals, learn your macro. You know what I'm saying? We'll do a part 2 to this video. I can go more in depth on each one. I was just, you know, trying to give a little bit of background on how you're supposed to trade these markets. You know what I'm saying? Next video, I can give y'all places where you can go to learn about these sort of things. You know what I'm saying? Free resources, paid resources. I can recommend some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm decent at it. But it's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. Just a quick talk. I'm going to be back in the next video for y'all.